Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for all the latest videos, vlogs, and smoke alongs. We appreciate your support. Spark it up and let's talk some wrestling.
I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
We are Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.
Ooh, got a death match, baby.
Wrestling is weed, goddammit.
I am buff, but I am the stuff, and the girls can't get enough. Check Wrestling with Weed. I love it. Wrestling with Weed is the stuff.
Be like RVD 420 because all you need is wrestling with weed.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. I had a video to upload, but an error kept occurring, so I can't upload video of me, Broski, and Fight Aladani giving you predictions and looking over the card for WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. We're going to be there. We'll probably arrive like Friday in the morning, try to hit up the Superstore. A lot of things going on, you know what I mean? Hit up the Strip. Got to hit up this Micro Pro Wrestling or some shit like that. It's supposed to be off the hook. It's like $200, so you could be a referee. And then it turns out that one of our softball, because we're in a softball league here in Chicago, 16-inch softball, no glove. One of our teammates is going to WrestleMania 2 and is going to the micro brawlers or whatever the hell it's called. It's gonna be a lit, sick, crazy weekend in Vegas. You know, WrestleMania. So let's go through the match card. First match on the I'm not gonna say it's the first match. This is the first one I'm gonna talk about. It's the Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Laya Valkyrie. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Now Valkyrie is the the women's Intercontinental Champion, and I don't see why she is not have a single match at Mania. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think our girl got a title shot for her United States Women's Championship. But we'll see what happens. I think this is the first WrestleMania that's leading up that is just strictly Triple H's WrestleMania. Last year, you could say, okay, yeah, that was Triple H's WrestleMania, but the build-up to it, Vince McMahon was there. You know what I'm saying? Until maybe a month or two before Mania. So this is really Triple H's Mania. Like, he been running these storylines since last year, since we were in Philadelphia. And let's see what happens. To have two of the undercard titles of the women's, like the women division, the Intercontinental title and the United States Women's Championship, not be on the card on solo matches. Like, Chelsea does not deserve to have a match at WrestleMania. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she's even on the card. But we're going through it right now. So you got Liv Morgan, Raquel versus Bayley, and the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this is for the Women's World Tag Team titles. And I don't think they're going to give... I mean, I know she's the Intercontinental Champion, but she's kind of stale and she's not exciting. So I don't know who made the decision to put the belt on her and have it on her this long. They could have given it to anybody else. They could have given it to Bayley. They could have given it to anybody. Jade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really not looking forward to this match, but I say that Raquel and Liv Morgan keep the titles. They reign. You know what I mean? They remain the Women's Tag Team Champions. So next up, you got the World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders versus the New Day. And the build up to this match is kind of half-assed, but you know, we're gonna see. It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be entertaining. It's not gonna be. I kind of fuck with the War Raiders. I like them. They're all right. They're some beasts, and I don't know if they still come out with that girl, but yeah, I dig it. You know, I dig them as tag team champions. They look dominant. Like, nowadays when you see certain wrestlers, you're like, man, like you don't even think about them being wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? But those War Raider dudes, they look like wrestlers. Like they look like they're professional wrestlers. They just got that old school, like that Butcher from AEW when it was Butcher and Blade. Like Butcher, when you see them, you're like, this guy looks like a professional wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, like this guy is a real wrestler. You know? So I'm gonna go with. I think the New Dayers are gonna take this belt. The New Day, the heel New Day, are gonna take the tag team title belts because they need something. Because they're kind of getting a little stale with the heel turn. And what's a heel turn without taking the titles off? I don't know if War Raiders are the baby face or what's going on, but the heel turn, War Raiders, let's see what happens. Then you got up next after that. I don't know if it's next after that, but it's I don't know what that is. This is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a Sin City street fight. I don't see no picture up right here for them, but it sounds like that is a match that's on the cards, and this is on the official WWE website. So Damian Priest for Drew McIntyre. Now, if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure Damian Priest took the belt from Drew McIntyre last year with the help of CM Punk, because CM Punk had that tricep injury. So I fuck with both of these guys. Drew McIntyre, he's a beast. You know what I mean? They should give him I don't know if another WWE title run, but maybe a world title run. And Damian Priest, hey, what can you do? You can only get so much out of him, and he's good for the position that he is. I just feel like Damian Priest should be with group. Like I don't see him very entertaining, and like, I guess he's a star, but in my eyes he's not a superstar, and he needs to be in a group in order to get over it. I think Drew McIntyre is coming out with that win. Then you got a card that I feel like should not be on the main. You should have Chelsea defending her U.S. title instead of having Jade Cargill versus Naomi. And I could care less about the outcome of this match, but if I had to choose, Naomi's awesome, but Naomi, you already know she's a jobber, and don't want to use that word, but she's gonna job out to Jade Cargill because there's no way Jade Cargill's first match. I think this is her first match. She might have had a match last year, but I don't remember it. That just shows you how I'm kind of over this Jade Cargill experiment. Like, she has no allure to her. I feel, you know what I'm saying? When I see her come out, I just I could change the channel on this shit, and everybody loves her because of her look. But mic skills, garbage. In-ring skills, mediocre. And everything else is just a look, So, Jade Cargill is going over on that match. Then you got the match that I'm looking for, because I know it's going to tear down the house. And who knows who's going to interfere in this match, or who knows what's going to happen in this match. But you got Rey Mysterio versus El Gran Americano coming out of the Gulf of America. That is so dope. Like, I love how they're using, just like Vince McMahon did, using like what's going on in social media, what's going on in the world as a storyline. And it's Chad Gable, but then again, they might get somebody with the same build as Chad Gable and have Chad Gable come out. Then everybody's like, what the hell? I kind of felt that this was leading to since I heard that WWE bought Lucha Underground, I had a feeling that it was gonna lead to him going to the temple, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But dude, I think the boss that used to be the on-screen boss and Lucha Underground now is with MLW, and they're kind of using that whole theme over there. So who knows? I know it's gonna be a good match. I'm going with El Gran Americano, but Rey Mysterio is probably gonna go over. Then you got number one contender Jacob Fatu, after having that last man standing match in Chicago at the Allstate Arena, and we were there. Shout out to the Allstate Arena. Shout out to all the Chicago fans that showed up, shouted out, made it feel like shit they were overseas again, because that crowd was rocking. And this is a no-brainer. Fat Two's coming out with that United States title, and if he doesn't, then I'm saying he's probably gonna go for a bigger title. But I say you just put the U.S. title on him now and just watch him shine. I think if you put the title, I didn't even know LA Knight had the belt, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? All these undercard belts, I don't even know who the champions are. You know? And if you put that title on Jacob Fatu, shit. Instant gold. Instant, like, prestige to the belt, because you know he's going to go his hardest to keep that belt. So I'm going with Jacob. Next matched up. Hold on, let me take a hit. Smoking out that purple skunk. Ooh, shit. We got the 4-way. I don't know if it's elimination, but it's 4-way. It's just a 4-way match for the first time ever at the Showcase of the Immortals. It's going to be for the Intercontinental Championship. You got Braun Breaker as champion, Pentagon Jr. really, but Penta versus Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. And I feel like if Dominic or Finn win this title, what if Finn comes out as the Demon? If Finn comes out as the Demon, he's winning the belt. But I feel like something's gonna happen where Finn's gonna win and Dominic's gonna fuck him over, or maybe mistake, not really trying to mess him over, but somebody pushes him into him. But all I know is that Braun Breaker is not walking out the building with that title. I mean, I love Braun Breaker. Maybe he just needs more time. But as of right now, like, I barely knew he even had the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like when Gunther had the Intercontinental title, you know who had the Intercontinental title. You can ask me who had it, Gunther got it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you put that belt on Penta, which they might not put it on him because they're probably going to try to put him and his brother together as a tag team and give them the tag team belts. You know, later down the line, break them up like they usually do and have them go at it with each other. But I feel like Penta deserves his moment at WrestleMania. He's not getting any younger. In my heart, I want Penta to come out with the belt. But if I had to choose, it's going to be someone else besides. So it's going to be either Dom or Finn Balor. Maybe with the help of Malachi Black. You never know. Next on the list is I don't really like Jake Paul, but you gotta give him the credit. You gotta respect. He puts the work in to be a WWE wrestler. He could just cake it in and just do whatever, you know, sloppy moves, whatever. You know, he got the whole move set of the what do they call him? I forgot, something cowboy. But yeah, you know, I feel like this match is going to be a really, really good match. I just think that AJ Styles should get one more title run. Even if it's just the world title. Let him get one more title run. And then, you know, he wants to retire after this. I think he wants to retire after his contract is up. But I'm not sure how long his contract is for. Like maybe 2 more years. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he got 2 more WrestleManias after this WrestleMania. And it's going to be a barn burner like OJR used to say. I feel like it's going to be an awesome match. They're going to put their all into it. And my heart wants AJ to win, but I think he's going to put over Logan Paul at WrestleMania Showcase of the Immortals. Let's see what's next. The match I've been waiting for, and I'm going to be interested in watching. It's not going to be a change the channel match. It's the Women's World Championship, the WWE Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. The legend, the immortal, not the immortal, but the living legend, Charlotte Flair, versus the new guard of Tiffany Stratton. And as much as I want Tiffany to win, like, this could go either way for me. I'm 50-50 on this, but I feel like Charlotte Flair is gonna win. You know what I mean? Because it's Tiffy's awesome, but it's just not Tiffy time right now. And I just feel like Charlotte Flair is just too much for her. You know what I mean? If you guys watched the last SmackDown, I see Charlotte Flair came out in like just regular clothes and like just streetwear clothes and beat the hell out of her. I enjoy when she comes out like that. She looks a whole lot better like that than when she comes out wearing these outrageous outfits and like another Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? And when she came out with just the jacket on, the pants with J's on, and she's beating the hell out of her, and you know what I mean? She looked a whole lot better. You know what I mean? She didn't look as fake as she does when she comes out with those outfits. So I enjoyed her. If she could come out more like that, that would be awesome. You know what I mean? Stop coming out with, I know you're the queen, but coming out with all this type of shit that I do not like. She just, I don't know. I just feel like she looked way better the way she was dressed on Friday Night SmackDown and came out and beat the hell out of her. She's not trying to show off to nobody. She came and she meant business. That's how I feel like the match is going to be awesome. There's going to be high spots, but definitely Charlotte Flair is going to win. You know what I'm saying? Tiffy time maybe next year, but not now. Then you got the fucking brutal beating that Gunther gave Jimmy in front of Jey. And Jey, I think he was just held. It wasn't even handcuffs. It was I don't know whose idea was it not to have handcuffs on him, but I think he had like a zip tie. You know what I mean? And I've been caught with those zip ties. The ones the police use is a little stronger, but that wasn't the one that the police used. That was just a regular zip tie. And these big guys could rip right through that shit. If I could do it, I know Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso main event can break through that shit, I mean, it was entertaining. Gunther was beating him bloody, even licked a little bit of his blood, put it on his chest. It was a great image of Jimmy on the floor bleeding, Gunther holding him, and Jey trying to reach out to him. Then he let him slide him back over there, and Jey comes out the next week and it's like, hey, I'm praying for your family. I'm praying for me, for what I have to do to you at WrestleMania. And Jey's winning. Jey's going over. Gunther's been one hell of a world heavyweight champion, but Jey's going over. You know that. It's main event Jey Uso time, at least for a year. Then you got the Women's World Championship match, right? You got my girl Io Sky with the coldest entrance music of any superstar right now. Her shit, like when I heard it, like you really see them come out whatever, and you're like nonchalant. But when we were at the Rumble in Indianapolis and she came out to that music I like it. That's a banger, and the way she comes out, she's pointing at herself and she's just real animated, and I kind of love that shit. I do love that shit, So you got Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley going for the women's world champion. And I feel like Bianca might come out with this title. You know what I mean? Rhea's not going to win the title. Rhea shouldn't even be in this match. Because what's the whole point of Bianca winning the fucking Royal Rumble when you're just going to throw Rhea in here? It makes no sense. Zero sense. And he could thank that shit to Triple H. You know what I'm saying? That's his call. He just felt like, pretty sure they felt like Io and Bianca weren't going to sell tickets, which, if anybody has watched Io Sky, knows that she sells tickets. You know what I'm saying? She's an awesome wrestler. And the other day I heard some shit about, I read something where Kevin Nash was on a podcast saying that Io Sky is too small and this and that. And that was the same guy that talked shit about the Chris Benoit's and the Eddie Guerreros, that they're vanilla midgets and they'll never get over. And they both were world champion and they're both still talked about to this day. One for the bad way and one for being one of the greatest professional wrestlers there ever was. Both of those guys, to me, had more talent than Kevin Nash has, but he was talking shit about them, so I take his opinion with a grain of salt. But I feel like my heart wants Io Sky to come out and solidify herself as the main woman, not the main woman because she got the WWE title, but one of the main women on the roster, one of the best pure wrestlers on the roster. So my heart goes with Io, but if you're thinking like WWE, it's gonna be Bianca, But let's see what's going on. We'll see what happens. Put your opinions on who's gonna win these matches in the comments, and the next podcast, we're gonna do it live from Vegas, and we'll put you up there. I'm gonna try to go live at the Micro Ballers or whatever that shit's called, and on YouTube. So if y'all, it'd be dope if y'all view it, comment. You know what I'm saying? So we got next up, which I feel like this match was just thrown together. You know what I'm saying? You got Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. And CM Punk's big fucking, big favor. Which I don't know why he was asking him for a favor when he knew Roman wasn't going to get that title back anytime soon. Because Cody got it, the world title, Jey Uso got it. Well, Jey Uso's going to get it, but Gunther got it right now. And it was like, what favor would you ask of him? You could already have a match with him. You're already having a match with him. You're going to close out maybe night one. Pretty sure it's night one of WrestleMania. And every time I think about that, I think about the time where he was in AEW and he goes, yeah, you think grass is greener to MJF? You think the grass is greener on the other side? I want to see you main event night 2 for a 2-for-1 discount or some shit like that. And look where he's at now. You know what I mean? At the time, it was funny. He was talking shit about them. But we knew WWE is the main event. AEW is just a side quest. WWE is where everybody wants to be. Regardless of who you are or what you're doing and whatever you say on these interviews, every wrestler wants to be in WWE. Back then, 90s, 80s, fucking early 2000s, 2010s, and even right now, everybody wants to be in WWE. But there's not a lot of room in WWE for everybody, so everybody got to take their time and come along at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, out of Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins is the only one. He's a superstar, right? But he's not as big as CM Punk, and he's not as big as Roman Reigns. And I feel like Roman Reigns was in the same boat that Seth Rollins is right now until he became where he was paired up with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman became his advocate. That pushed Roman over the hump, and he became a mega fucking star. And even back then, when CM Punk was by himself, until he paired up with Paul Heyman going against The Undertaker and pouring the ashes of Paul Bear all over The Undertaker and putting over The Undertaker, he became a megastar with Paul Heyman. And I feel the only one that could benefit out of all three of these guys is Seth Rollins. What if Paul Heyman turns on Roman and Punk and joins Seth Rollins and becomes his mouthpiece? He just needs that little push to push him over the hump to be a mega star. Because when you see Seth Rollins, you see he's joking, he's kidding, he's all this bullshit. But I feel like Paul Heyman could put him over and make him the mega star that he already is. Shout out to Seth Rollins. He's a Chicago Bears fan, and we're diehard Bears fans. So I say out of this match, we're from Chicago. My heart, CM Punk. But more likely it's going to be Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman turning on Roman and Punk. Remember, put what your thoughts and what your opinions are in the comments of who are winning these matches. At least for this next one. It's for the WWE World Heavyweight. The WWE World Championship. Not the World Champion, but the WWE Championship. The undisputed WWE Champion. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. You know what I'm saying? So you got John Cena. You got so in my heart, I'm not gonna say my heart, but I want Cody Rhodes to come up and be the champion. But when I was discussing this with Broski, we were talking about how Cody Rhodes chasing the WWE title was a lot more interesting than him having the title, which I really appreciated him being the champion this past year. And the other night on SmackDown, we were there and he wasn't advertised. But what does he do? All the fans out there were so many people dressed up like him, with the belt, with Cody Rhodes shirts, supporting Cody. And you thinking he's going to come out, his music hits right after SmackDown went off the air, and you think he's just going to come out and thank the fans, but he comes out in his gear and has a match with Solo Sikoa, beats him, raises the title, signs autographs, signs everybody's autograph that's in the crowd. He even gave a 8-year-old girl, it was her birthday, and he signed his belt and he gave it to her. And they so happened to be in front of us when we were leaving the stadium. And dad was like, man, I didn't know if Cody was going to be here. He wasn't advertised. I bought these tickets 2 months ago. And just like that, like, Cody didn't have to come out. You know what I'm saying? And that guy put all his money in to see Cody. And Cody knows that. Cody knows the fans pay to see him. So he came out and made that girl's birthday, made her a memory she's probably never, ever going to forget. You know what I'm saying? On her birthday. She's the biggest Cody Rhodes fan, said, on her board. But yeah, Cody Rhodes, he's been awesome as world champ. I just feel like, I think that he's gonna turn. I guess it doesn't make sense because you got Stone Cold there, and they're inducting the Bret Hart match against him at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, where he bled out and passed out into the Hall of Fame. And I'm saying, like, maybe Cena wins the belt, right? Then they start beating the hell out of Cody, and then either Taker comes out. It could be like Taker comes out, then Taker gets knocked down, but I don't think Taker's taking any falls for anybody right now. So you figure The Rock, Cena. I hope Travis Scott's not there, but he's probably gonna be there. They're beating the hell out of fucking Cody, leaving him a bloody mess, and all you hear is that glass break, and the fucking crowd goes crazy. Because we were there last year when The Undertaker came out, and there's a video that we posted about WrestleMania, and you hear me yelling like a little girl, like a little kid, when you hear that thong and the lights turn out, and I'm yelling at $5 Donnie and Broski, he's in the ring, and we're smoking a fat ass blunt in the stadium. I mean, hey, it's pretty awesome, and I can only imagine the pop Austin's gonna get if he does come out. Not saying that he does, but if he does, you can go either way too. I was thinking about, like, John Cena's in the match and he's gonna do a heel move or hit him with a chair, and then, John Cena's a great actor. He throws a chair down. He goes, I'm not gonna do it that way. And then Cody picks up the chair and hits Cena, and then pins him, and then The Rock comes out, and then Cody's with The Rock, and then Cody turns heel. You know what I'm saying? John Cena could go on his babyface turn. Now he's determined to get the title from Cody. Then you figure it could work either way. Cena works his way as a babyface to face Cody again, beats him, wins the title. Or Cena wins the title at the Rumble, and then Cody's chasing him. And then, I'm not going to say Cena's last match is against Cody, but it could be close to it, because I'm hearing rumors that they're going to make a Ruthless Aggression PLE. And then maybe it'll be John Cena versus Randy Orton for John Cena's farewell match. But we'll just see how it is. Got me excited. You got everybody else excited about WrestleMania. We're going to be in Vegas Friday morning. You see us out there, shout us out. Wrestling with Weed. I'm going to have the flag. Just happy that we're going to Vegas for the weekend. WrestleMania. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Wrestling with Weed, WrestleMania, here we come.